What's good, you guys? What's good? Okay, y'all. We back with another video. Okay, breaking news. Breaking news. Okay. So, Halle Bailey granted a restraining order against her toxic baby daddy, DDG. Bruh. Stuff just keep getting more real. Stuff keep getting more exposed with these celebrities. You know, he only shows so much on his platform and his streaming and his YouTube. He act like he's the victim. He tries to play the nice guy and stuff like that, but bruh, the evidence don't lie. Bruh, so evidently DDG has been getting abusive with Halle Bailey. During I don't know how long in their relationship? I think she said since January, Haley claimed. Since January 2025, things got physical. Um, he was putting hands on her, chipped her tooth, pulled a Chris Brown, bashed her head on the steering wheel. And it's like, and he's jealous too. But you know what? Ruby Rose been claimed that DDG was abusive. I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know Ruby Rose said that. So that lets you know the past relationships that he's been in was abusive. And people was telling Halle Bailey, hey, don't mess with him. He crazy, he bad news, and people try to tell her, but she didn't listen. Of course, when you dating somebody, people are on their best behavior, obviously. But when the true colors start showing, you like, nah, you ain't nothing I want to play with. So let's get into this video.
To be anywhere.
Okay, let me run it back.
You're ready. No, you're ready. Yes, you're ready. This weekend on Halle Bailey. I know I always call her Haley for some reason, but her name is Halle. And I did the video on her this weekend because she was feeling really insecure about her body. And, it was a whole discussion that I had about snapback culture. Well, now, breaking news, this just hit the internet not even 20 minutes ago. She is now coming out with claims that DDG abused her and attacked her multiple times. So now she's requesting a restraining order. So this might be where some of that insecurity about her body and things like that also stem from. If this man is not only physically abusing her, I can only imagine what he's doing to her mentally as well. So let's go ahead and read this article that TMZ posted. It says here, Halle Bailey claims DDG abused her and attacked her multiple times. Halle Bailey says she's had enough of DDG allegedly abusing her. She filed a police report and now she wants court-ordered protection from the father of her child, TMZ has learned. In documents filed Tuesday in LA, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to start a conversation with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. As she was buckling Halo in the seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out my car, bitch." Halle says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an aggravated state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair and slamming her face on his steering wheel and chipping her tooth. Oh my gosh. And you can see her chipped tooth here. Haley says she was in pain and crying, and although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Once they told her they'd take care of the baby, she left hysterical with bruises on her arms to go along with the chipped tooth. She attached photos of her alleged injuries in her request for a restraining order. She also alleges that DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home and entered without permission and went into her bedroom and texted a picture of Holly's empty bed to her, along with the text, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." Halle says she interpreted the text as DDG accusing her of having sex with other people.
First off, he was on some whole stalker type thing. You You broke into her house. Basically, you going into her house unannounced without her even knowing. That's breaking and entering. And you take a picture of her empty bed talking about now I know what you've been on. LOL. I've been like, this nigga is crazy. That's why she filed a restraining order, along with the abuse and the manipulative verbal abuse on top of the physical abuse. Breaking in my house, taking pictures of my empty bed, talking about I know what you've been on. That's some Lifetime stuff. That's some crazy Lifetime stuff, y'all. That's some crazy Lifetime stuff. Man, I ain't gonna lie. He was flipping out over her. He was on some stalker Lifetime stuff. If I can't have you, can't nobody have you type stuff. That's crazy.
4 days later, she claimed that he really exploded when he came back to her house. Holly told him that the baby was sick and she didn't want Halo to leave the home. She claims that's when he got verbally abusive and smashed her Ring camera and ran away with Holly's phone. As he drove off, she claims DDG threw the phone out the window and yelled, "Go get it, bitch." The incident prompted Holly to file a police report, and she says she also has Ring footage to back up her side of the story. It was also around this time that DDG claimed that he'd been on X fighting to see Halo for months. Wow, I remember that.
So I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. Or I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Because I don't get the chance to be a dad when I want to be a dad. Like, you think I don't give a fuck about hanging around no girls. I want to be around my son. You feel me? But since I can't be around my son, I'm obviously going to work. I'm not finna sit in the crib, look at the wall and cry about it. You know, I'm going to go work. So it's like every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as so I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. Or I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Don't take my son, cause he all I got. I'm just having fun. I don't love these thoughts. You tell me that you gon' move on, but I know you not. Trying to make me pay to see my son. They're gonna make me hot.
Just want to come on here and tell you guys why I'm not posting. Me and Halo are very sick. We have RSV, and we do not feel it at all. So sorry, I haven't been posting snaps, but I've just been using all my energy to take care of my baby and myself. Any mommies have any tips for this cold? We both have fevers on and off. We went to the doctor yesterday. She gave us medicine. She just told us to rest, lots of fluids and everything. But any other tips, you're welcome. We'll need it. Love you guys.
For Holly, though, that final straw came just last weekend when she says she was vacationing with Halo and her sister in St. Lucia. She says DDG texted her links to social media posts claiming she was on the island with a singer named Brent Faya. Holly replied, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you're okay and feel better soon." The judge granted Holly a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away and gave her permission to take nearly 18-month-old Halo to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months. DDG also has to...
Dang. Okay, I don't mean to keep stopping it. But like, okay, y'all remember when she went on that vacation to St. Lucia's? Right before that, they were both in New York together. I think she was out there for some kind of, I guess, a movie premiere or something like that. Or I don't know, a fashion thing or something like that. And he was also in New York. promoting his album. He just dropped a new album. So people were saying, or he was saying, people took it that, oh, he went out there to go see Halo. He was hoping to spend time with Halo while Halle and Halo were out in New York. But it ended up not happening. Like, I guess after Halle got done doing whatever she was doing out there for her premiere or whatever, her event, she left. She didn't even meet up with DDG. And probably because it wasn't in the plans to meet up. Like, dude, I don't have to meet up with you. Like, you're stalking me. And now it makes sense. Like, he probably was like, oh, you about to be in New York? All right, bet. I'm about to be in New York. So I get to see what you doing, seeing who you with or who you popping out with. And, like, everybody claiming that Halle is dating some new dude or whatever. And he even wrote that to her, talking about, oh, you out there with some dude. And she like, I'm not with any dude. I'm with Halo. I'm with our son. Like, I wouldn't do that. I have my son. Like, you feel me? And I just think it's way more to the story than what we see on the outside. DDG try to play like, oh, I want to see my son and all that. But no, I think you trying to clock your baby mama and you trying to watch what she doing and all that and trying to intimidate her and all that. And that's lame, dude. Let her go. Like, let her live her life. You feel me? Even if she was dating somebody, that's her business. Look at all the stuff that you're doing. You're dating all these girls or streaming with all these girls, and you probably sleeping with some of them. Who knows? I bet she doesn't even care anymore because y'all had a toxic relationship. And it's like, let that girl live. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think he was clocking her, definitely like watching her moves. I think he was definitely watching her. And she was right to get that restraining order. If he was doing all that, abusing her, beating her, verbally abusing her, she ain't got to put up with that.
Stop posting or streaming about her and their child. Halle claims her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he goes live on his live streams. So let's go ahead and read this text message here. So he sends her a picture. He says, "This is foul, bet." Then he also sends something from DJ Academics that says DDG can't see his son because Halle took Halo to go be with Brent Faya in St. Lucia. Treacherous. And then he says to her, "You think you're hurting my feelings when you are really just ruining your own image. This is a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil." Then he says, "Enjoy your vacation. Happy Mother's Day. But just have the same energy when it's my turn to have him. I'm on the same shit." This is a man that I've honestly seen on TikTok running behind spicy Latinas and, with all these TikTok baddie influencers. Se cree que es mío y tú por ahí repartiendo tu tico. Uña francesa. Me voy pa' allá, viene ese lado, pero le cae. But it's funny that, God forbid she's on vacation with another man. And she wasn't. This was some type of rumor, but look how he's responding. It's always funny when you pull a them on them, they get upset. Now, what's disturbing is it seems to me like DDG has been trying to ruin her reputation for a while because he did an interview not too long ago with his streamer buddies where he put it out there that they were on a break and he said that basically Halle cheated on him. And it's just like, why are you telling the world this? Do we even have any proof? But ever since he planted that seed, people have been trying to connect who Halle could be with.
Yeah. I feel like being in a relationship slows you down. No, I do, for sure. She cheated on me. What? On a break.
How long was the break?
Nah, that's cheating. Like a month, 2 months.
That's cheating.
We got back together. And then I just started cheating on her. Because I couldn't get over it. I couldn't get over it. And I'm like, I listen to music. I couldn't get over it. You never that? I heard her listening to this girl's song. So I started messing with the girl's song she was listening to.
So there have been rumors that, she may have been, liking Brent and stuff like that. And so, the internet, they love to put 20 on 10. And so because he posted some tropical vacation pics this weekend, they kind of put two and two together with the help of Big AK. because he wanted to instigate the situation as well. So because of what Brent posted and the fact that Halle and Chloe were in a tropical, they were in St. Lucia on a tropical vacation, Academics wrote this. He says, Big AK was right all along. Halle went to St. Lucia with Brent Fayez and took DDG's son with them. Just putting fuel on the fire. And then that's when DDG hit her up and was upset and felt away. But again, he's been out here doing him for months now. Why is it an issue she has moved on? She says she hasn't moved on with this guy. But even if she was on vacation with him, why is that an issue? She can still kick it with him and leave the baby with her sister and with her family. The baby doesn't have to be anywhere around Brent. So this is just disgusting how they're over here trying to degrade her and go in on her just to, amp him up. And I think his response is disgusting. This whole situation is extremely sad. And I feel bad that she's going through this. But I'm glad that instead of her going on live and doing a big spectacle like he would have done because he loves attention, she went straight to the police. And she brought receipts. You can clearly see, the bruises on her arm, the chipped tooth and everything else. And that's how you do it. I'm not going to argue with you back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and press charges. And this is sad because he's always acting like he's the victim. He's always looking for attention. I feel like this whole pregnancy and, her having the baby, it was nothing but a ploy for him. A lot of people had not been checking for him for a while until she had this baby, and it helped revitalize his career. That's why he wants to, constantly cry when he can't have the baby and put the baby on stream. But again, ladies, this is why we have to be mindful of who we have kids by. I remember a lot of people were warning her. A lot of people were saying he's no good. He's an attention whore. He's just using her. And unfortunately, a lot of us have to find out the hard way. But I'm glad that she's realizing that she does not deserve to be abused. She does not deserve to be hit. And she's doing something about it. So I wanted to go ahead and make this video to let y'all know what was going on and give you guys the update on Halle. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Please leave a comment down below.
Man, that's crazy because, man, you did hear all these rumors. I heard so many rumors just surrounding their relationship. And I was just like, man, because from the outside looking in, okay, they looked cute to me together at first, and I'm like, he looked like he don't play about Halle. He used to always protect her name. He didn't want fans talking bad about her, even though he would bring it to the internet what he was going through. Oh, she won't let me see my son, and he like, oh, y'all can't bash Halle. Don't talk about Halle. I never bash Halle. I never say nothing bad about her. But, but behind closed doors, man, you was beating the hell out of that girl. And it's like, when you know you in the wrong, you never bring that part up. You never bring up what you're doing, the wrongs that you've done in the relationship. That's what I don't like about manipulative people, or I should say the enemy manipulates and get into people, and they end up doing stuff like this, because he will always play the victim, and I'll be like, she really doing that? She really keeping the baby from you? And but behind closed doors, girls getting her butt whooped by the man. So it was like, man, what's in the dark come to the light. Like the Lord will always reveal the truth in the end. And this was the truth. She said that was her last straw. Him breaking in her house, taking a picture of her empty bed, talking about, now I know what you own. Like, what? Dude, what is you are sick. You are sick, sir. And then sending the pictures of the dude, Brett Fire or whatever, talking about, oh, you think you're hurting my feelings, but you're making your image look bad. And it's like, dude, you out here streaming with all these women, probably sleeping with half of them, and you up here talking about she's making herself look bad? Are you serious? Why you even care what she's doing if you doing you? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the lies, man, the lies. So man, that was a mouthful. I didn't expect to hear that he was being abusive towards Halle. Yeah, I'm calling her Haley too, cause Eminem daughter. Haley. Nah, but I never knew he was being abusive towards Halle, like, because he act like he was so protective over her. But meanwhile, he behind closed doors, he's beating the hell out of that girl, pulling a Chris Brown, calling her all type of bitches and bitch, get out of my car. Go get it, bitch. Breaking her Ring camera, taking her phone, calling her out her name, fighting with her physically. And it's like, damn, what's in the dark come to the light. Because we didn't know all that was going on until she filed that restraining order. Like, keep this nigga back, okay? Like, I need help. Okay, I need help. This man is harassing me. This man is turning all his fans against me to where I ain't got no peace. Like, please keep that man away from me. So he, by court order, he gotta obey that law. You gotta stay 100. What is it? 100 feet? 100 feet away from her. So that means he can't have no contact with her. That means every time they see they exchange to see the baby or whatever when it's his turn, they already was exchanging the baby between the mother, because he already claimed, oh, we don't get along. We see why. You whooping the young girl's butt. You shouldn't be putting hands on her, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is y'all going through, she don't deserve to get beat on. She's not a punching bag. I can't stand a woman beater, bruh. Because are you going to beat another man like that? Go whoop another man like that. Let me see where you beat another man like that. You won't. You won't, because he going to match your strength. And he probably be the one to whoop you. You know what I'm saying? I just can't stand no woman beater. I can't stand that. Go whoop on another man. You know what I'm saying? But I just pray that, he's able to get over it and be able to co-parent with her, civilly and have it be more peaceful, and be more adult, let it be handled like an adult instead of getting angry, getting mad and upset because of the rumors of who she's dating. Who cares who she's dating, man? You out here doing you. Worry about you, worry about the baby. Don't worry about her life, because she's not worried about yours. You know what I'm saying? And you up here was just beating on that woman. You seen the bruises. And it was like, she don't deserve that. Halle do seem like a nice young woman. She doesn't seem like a violent person. She don't even seem like the type to even talk bad about somebody. And she hadn't even talked bad about you. She just wanted you to stop doing the things that you're doing, which is being abusive towards her. So God bless them. I pray that they could co-parent in a civil matter, in a peaceful matter. I pray, the blood of Jesus over their lives and the Holy Ghost fire, and burn out every demonic stronghold in their lives that's trying to manipulate, that situation. Because I know she seeks peace, and I know he wants peace, but he's going about it in the wrong way. And I was starting to like DDG. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I watch a lot of his content and stuff, but I had no idea he was treating his baby mothers like that. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't like that, DDG. You gotta tighten up, man. And you get so butthurt about when fans talk crap about you, but this is why. You're a woman beater. And then the girl Ruby Rose said he's abusive. And we all see Halle wasn't lying. You chipped the girl's tooth. You bashed her head on the steering wheel, chipped the tooth, abused her all up to where she got bruises all on her arms and stuff. And she got the receipts. So he can't say nothing about what people say now, because, dude, you're wrong. You need to change your tune. So God bless them. I pray that they figure it out, and I pray for peace in their lives. And, I pray that, this situation between them gets smoothed out in Jesus Christ's name. So God bless y'all. Go check out my other videos about DDG and Halle. I got a lot of content on there about Halle and DDG, just, the situations leading up to this, and it all makes sense with this video. So go check those out. God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.